Right now, the campaign to dual the road between Haverhill and Cambridge has reached a pivotal point. Businesses and residents gathered for a public meeting at Haverhill Football Club last night to talk through the needs for better links. The public meeting was called for by for the MP for West Suffolk, Matthew Hancock. We can talk to Councillor Anne Gower, Haverhill Borough and County Councillor. Anne, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, a busy meeting last night. Is a dualling of the 1307 a very real possibility?
It's not the only possibility. There were over 70 people there at the meeting last night. Graham Newman was there from the County Council, Roger Hickford from Cambridge, Graham Nix from the Greater Cambridge, Greater Peterborough LEP. We had people there from Cambridge County Council and also from the New Anglia LEP. So it was, everybody that needed to be in the room really was in the room. But what the discussion was around were things very diverse, such as, quite rightly, the safety and how those issues need to be addressed very, very soon. We were also looking at alternatives such as rail. We were looking at the possibility of a new road. So it was a very, very wide-ranging discussion. But in the end, the majority of people in the room totally supported the fact that we should continue the dialogue between Cambridgeshire and Suffolk. We should look at all of the options and all of the routes, and we should do the traffic analysis, which is really, really important, so we know what is happening to the people in the cars when they leave Haverhill and when they get to the A11 Four Wentways roundabout.
Now, I know the road pretty well. For people who don't know it, 1307, is it too congested? Does it really need attention?
I drove that road every day for 6 years when I first moved to Haverhill, which was 12 years ago, and I worked in the middle of Cambridge, and on a bad day, it would take me an hour and a half from Haverhill to Cambridge. On a good day, it would take me about 35 minutes. Not
so far away, the A14 is getting neglected, updated. 1307 has been neglected for far too long, apparently.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a pivotal road for the development of Haverhill, but you've also got to consider the villages that come onto that route and the difficulties that they have as well.
It's a town that's very much disadvantaged with terms of transport, but it really is a town on the up, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, most definitely. And we need to get this right, and we need to balance the infrastructure, such as roads, public transport, etc., with the need for the housing growth as well.
And it needs a boost to the economy, because Haverhill is typically Suffolk with a lot more.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, because of our geographical location, we very much look to Cambridge and we very much look to support their growth. And of course, with the announcement of the new city deal for Cambridge, we're hoping very much that there will be some spin-offs for us from that, in the line of economic development, helping companies come to this town here. We've got the new research park. I mean, it's all ready.
Now, you said a lot of people came up with different ideas last night, which is great, but surely the more ideas you have, the longer the process will be to make a decision.
Well, I don't think so, because for the first time you've actually got all of the right people in the room, and you do have to consider everybody's views, and whatever scheme comes forward is not going to please everybody, but at least we will have listened, at least we will have heard what people have to say, and it will be a compromise of some sort, but hopefully it will be a compromise that everybody can get behind.
You were talking about Haverhill living in the shadow of Cambridge. Maybe they should bash their drum a bit more, saying, oh no, we're more important.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Maybe Haverhill should stamp their feet a bit more, saying that we don't live in the shadow of Cambridge, we're here in our own right, and we want our name heard.
I didn't say we were living in the shadow at all. We're very conscious of the problems that Cambridge is facing, and I think we're in an ideal position to take advantage of some of those problems, if I'm perfectly honest. There's absolutely nothing about us living in their shadow. We are a unique and very, very special town.
I was there last week, and I just loved my experience of it. I hadn't been there for a year or so, and it just felt so good. The whole town felt so great.
Well, it is. It's got a fabulous atmosphere. It's got a marvellous community spirit. The voluntary sector is alive and kicking in Haverhill. We've got a very, very engaged and busy town council. Yes, we've got it all.
OK, when will we have a decision made? What's the next step?
Well, the next step is to get these surveys underway, and the indication from Cambridge County Council is that they are not going to hang around on this. and we were talking about May, June, July time. Obviously, this is a big piece of work, but both both Cambridge and Suffolk are putting money into this, so it's a joint project. It's not only going to look at traffic movements on the actual 1307, it's also going to address traffic movements on the rat runs through, for example, Balsham and the other villages to the north of the A1307, which is crucial.
OK, thanks very much. Councillor Anne Gowers, thank you very much from Borough and County Council for Haverhill. We invited the MP for West Suffolk, Matthew Hancock, to talk on this morning's programme, but he was unavailable.